This is Guilty Gear Strive tips for beginners and intermediate players, and today I want to talk about combos and why they matter in the concept of this game. Now, I'm not just going to talk about combos, I'm also going to talk about combo routing, what you can do from combos, and specifically what you can convert off of, because it's different for every character, but it's important to know all this to explain why certain things are comboing. Alright, so let's start with the purpose of a combo. Well, the purpose is to do damage, usually. Right? At a very simple essence of a combo, the purpose is to do damage to the enemies so that you can win faster, because you gotta beat people, right? So, how do we get there? Well, one, you need to learn how to get comfortable with RC. What is RC? 3 buttons and a direction, especially drift RC. This is important because here's a regular combo, 105, and here's a combo with RC. Right? So, 162. So, what I just do, and why does this matter, and why do I even need to explain combos to you? It's because it's not that simple. First, let's talk about what the opponent can do in terms of burst. Burst is an interesting mechanic in this game because not only does it work while you're shielding, so say I just block something for a little bit, then burst. Burst also, let's try a string like this. Right? So it works while you're blocking. It also works in the middle of a combo. So say I'm not doing anything, then I hit burst. There you go. So this is important to know because there's gonna be a lot of times in this game where they have to burst, right? 1 health bar left. You need to figure out, alright, they have like 1 life left, 30 health. You know you have the damage to do it, but you know they can burst. Well, a very good example is by adjusting your combo route to either hard bait the burst or to to either hard bait the burst or to just get damage. So right here, say he wants to burst, I could do something like, and it's still technically my turn there, right? So that's a very simple way to adjust your combo route, or supers. What's a super? Well, you do forward, half circle, meaning that you go right, down, left, left, right? Then you press right at the very end. And then press heavy slash 2. That's it fast. This is it very slow. Oh. Wait. That's it very slow. That's it very slow, and this is it fast. And when you do it fast, you get super. If you're messing it up, it may be because you're ending in like bad inputs. Like if you end with down forward, if you end with up, you're gonna mess it up and you're gonna not get the input. So let's practice this a lot. Make a second hand. And remember, in every fighting game to do special moves, you're not hitting down, back, forward. You can do that, right? But you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to slide. So slide into forward. And in this, slide that. Okay. So overdrive. Why are overdrives important? Or special moves, or super moves, or whatever you want to call them. Why are they important? Because you cannot burst in overdrive. Look at his burst. I'm gonna set Kylo burst, actually. See in the settings? Trying to burst here. Or look at his burst bar. Has an X on it, meaning that you cannot burst this. Why is this important? Because, like I said earlier with combo routing, sometimes, if you know that they're at this a little bit of health, and that they need to burst to die, and you feel like you're gonna read them to burst, right? You feel like they're gonna burst. You gotta read, well, adjust your combo route, right? He bursted there, but in a regular match, people are not gonna burst like the second you get a hit. Okay, they're not paying attention that much. But he's gonna burst on second hit. So let's try and catch for second hit. Well, he just tried to burst second hit because you saw him do it, but didn't work. So let's get a little bit more creative. Let's get a little more creative, right? Because we're gonna have him burst on third hit now. Because this is a little important. Or let's use fourth hit. RC is good in this game off of burst because right here, all you have to focus on is hitting the opponent, right? That's all you have to focus on right there. Like, you have no other goal but to hit him. And he has no other goal but to burst. So you can burst, right? But once you have overdrive, right? It's now a mind game. Sorry. Now he has to call out burst, because if he doesn't burst early in the RC frames, then guess what? He gets hit. And if he does burst on the RC frame, then guess what too? Oh, sorry. Well, you can hold for it. So now, if the Kai is actually trying to play the game, what he's gonna do reasonably is after this hits, he's gonna wait a little bit, try and bait it out, or it's a timing thing. So you guys wait. What the hell? That's still countering it? Try 5 then. Now you wait a little bit. Oh, he didn't press a button? Well, he still gets hit, and now he dies. So this is why it's important to know your combo routes and also adjust your combo routes around what you see is on the screen. Does he have burst? Does he have RC? Can he RC back? What does it mean for him to do that? Do I even want to give him a wake-up scenario? So why does combo routing matter? Because, say for example, I use a move like close slash, right? Let's take off this, right? Move like close slash. Close slash up close does way more damage than 5k. Because 5k does 30, close slash does 35, right? So, automatically, that's 80. That's 87. The thing is, though, that the longer you go in a combo, close slash starts doing less and less damage. Look at the damage, the damage, not the combo damage, right? One close slash, that's 35, 17, 12, right? 17, sorry, 17, 22, 17, 18, right? So, the thing about combos is that they all have scaling. So what is scaling? Scaling is basically making it so that all your combos, after a while, do less damage depending on how far you are in the combo. So, this is heavy slash, and this is slash and the heavy slash, that's 59 damage. Oh, it's 31 damage in the heavy slash, right? And this is just heavy slash, that's 41. So already, 31 damage on the heavy slash, or sorry, already heavy slash just lost 10% or 10 damage because I Gatlinged it instead of just using it regularly. Okay, why is that good to know? Because that means that because heavy slash is so damaging, if I hit a counter hit with this button, I'll get really big damage. And why do I know that? Because it's only hitting once. And in this game, counter hits give you a more active state to input commands because it slows the game down. I'm not just saying that because like it's actually slowing the game down. Like literally, it lets you input different things depending on how big the counter is. When you see a zoom out counter, you could do a big punish to a point that things like that work. So you need to also figure out what your moves do unscaled and what the perfect balance of scaling is. For example, take a combo like this. I hit this. I do something like do that. Sorry, I'm bad. So right, that was definitely a lot of buttons. Y'all saw it. Y'all seen it. Saw it. Y'all seen it. It was a very high combo, but that was significantly less, and somehow it does more. And that's the power of scaling. You need to figure out what moves do what they do in the context, and how you can get a combo to not do as much inputs, because the more you hit them, the more it's gonna scale. Keep in mind that RC is always interesting because it basically makes it, and this is important when I say combos, it also makes that basically from anywhere on screen, you could break walls, right? So even if I'm in deep corner off a forward throw, I just don't RC run, and I get a wall break. Yeah, just make sure I don't do the drift forward. I make sure I do a drift forward this time because I'm in a deep scenario. Like that. So you can always break the wall from anywhere on screen. So as long as you have meters, so also just be aware of your combo route. All right. But let's get into how to combo more, because I'm pretty sure you clicked on this video because you're confused on how to actually get your combos and they're not coming out in matches. So first, simply, you're just gonna have to practice, right? You're gonna have to boot up that training room and just do this for a little bit, And don't make it boring for yourself, because that's when you start hating the game. Like, have some fun with it. Do some really crazy combos, look some stuff up maybe, and just understand why moves do what they do. For example, don't just look at a combo video. For example, say you see a combo that you know, something like that works. You're like, okay, that's a pretty good combo for Soul, I guess, for a beginner. Or even something like this works, right? Does Kai launch off of this heavy slash? No. Well, he launches because, well, close slash makes him airbound for a little bit and gets a juggle. So what does that mean? That means that you could do this combo, right? Or you could do this combo. Right? Not even a real combo, but you could do something like, you know, that. And it's a pretty good combo. Or you could do something like this. Right? And now look at that in comparison to the whack combo you were doing before, and you get a wall break. And that's with understanding why you're comboing, what they do, and what the properties of your moves are. Alright. But that's besides the point. Let's get into the nuances of why you're really here. And you're probably saying, alright, well, I can't actually land my combos in matches because for whatever reason, you know, I'm not always getting this, right? And this is when you have to learn practicality. So take, for example, Soul. You know, we all want to do these combos where you just keep doing that, but look at this. This is a combo that only works off of running, right? Or a combo that only works when you're point blank. You're not always gonna get that in this game, and people are not always guaranteed to keep doing this, right? To just keep letting you just hit them off of wake up or whatever. So you need to figure out to convert off of natural buttons that you're actually gonna use in neutral. You're not always gonna get close slash conversions, so don't only base all your combos around them. Base them off of what you're actually hitting with. For example, bar slash. Bar slash is a really good button, right? And this patch, you know, sometimes you're not going to actually be able to hit the heavy slash, but this is way more convenient or consistent than this, right? Although this combo is more damage, right? Literally 96 compared to 79, right? You're going to get this in a lot more situations then you're gonna get this. And that's what you need to remind yourself about this game. It's a two-player game. People are playing against you, so you need to find practical combos that you're actually gonna use. That means don't just use only slide combos. Don't just use only running 2P combos, you know. Figure out good combos. That's just why Soul is really good, because 5K is very applicable. It's a mashback button, right? So say this Kai is he's just delaying strings on me this entire game. Like he's just doing this, right? Doing stuff like that. So eventually I'm gonna mash back. And the reason why this button is really good in neutral is because it has a purpose. So figure out what your button's purposes are and figure out if you can actually combo with them. Because, yeah, you can hit with this, right? And before, maybe you have like a little whack combo like this, right? That's your little whack combo, right? Or something like that, and that doesn't even link. Or something like this. You know, but once you start experimenting, you also realize that you could do stuff like this. Right? Okay. Right? And right off of that, you're back in a situation where Soul is top one. Because you figured out that combo off of your unconventional normals. So keep that in mind. You need to realize practicality of your combos and when certain buttons are going to be good to use and when they aren't. You need to be wise about what you use, right? That's good. Remember that. So yeah. This is why it's important to know your combo routes and also adjust your combo routes around what you see is on the screen. Does he have burst? Does he have RC? Can he RC back? What does it mean for him to do that? Do I even want to give him a wake-up scenario? Do I want to sacrifice damage? This is very important, right? Because now we're going to look at Kai and why the combo routing really matters with Kai, right? Because a character like Soul, he gets damage in Oki. But a character like Kai, take this for example. Well, actually, this doesn't even work. Let's try this. Alright. This does however much damage. But this does literally 2 less damage than this, right? You can literally see it. Or you can't, but I know. Like, trust me. This literally does 2 less damage than this. So, alright. So why is this important? Because, yes, you could stun Dipper, right? And risk the whatever post-game screen, you know. Risk giving him a turn, although that is Oki. But that's not very scary, right? You can do that. Or you can do this. Which gives you way better Oki, right? And a situation where they don't have to think. You could get a run up close slash. You can get a meaty 5K. Or get a grab. So now we've established that this is a really good scenario for Kai. But because you're trading the 2 less damage, you may think to yourself, alright, nah, I want more damage. Like I just want more damage as Kai here. I wanna do this. Maybe I even want to RC with him. Well, let me take off the burst thing, because that shit is kinda cringe, right? Maybe you're saying to yourself here, alright, maybe I don't even want to do damage, like I just wanna RC, like, right? Because if you do RC here, sorry. You know, if you do RC this, you know, you do get a pretty big extension, right? With wall break, right? Look at that damage. You see where the health bar is, right? But instead, if you do just go for Oki, well, you just did the same amount of damage, but in 2 conversions instead. And they had to guess on wake up. Alright. Oh, and you can still RC here, so right back into Blender. Or, right? So you need to realize what is advantageous for you in certain combos, and whether it's worth it or not to go for damage or to go for better setups and Oki. For example, right here, you probably do want to go for the setup because it's hard to get Kai in, right? He has very slow buttons. This is a pretty good button, right? But he has to actually use all of his buttons. Like, he has to actually play the game, so it's hard for him to always get in. So, you want to keep in when you're playing Kai, and then make him annoyed. Right? You want to keep people annoyed at this range. But you don't get this range if you do this. You kind of do with Air Break FD, but this is a little hard to do sometimes if you're not ready. And if you say, alright, well, you could just do this, right? Well, no, you can't, because yeah, so don't do that. But anyway, that doesn't matter, because that's what the importance of combos are, right? For example, like I say again with Kai, you really need to figure out what you're converting off of and what's important in neutral. For long range characters, a very importance in combos is the ability to hit confirm, right? Because take Kai for example. In neutral, you can get away with doing this, right? That's safe, right? And no matter what they do here, even if they block it, you know, you're still kind of plus, unless they just dash right after. Like, it's your turn basically, right? But the thing is, you're playing neutral so safe, and once you do this, you're not in a great position, and you're not in a bad position, but you could be in a better position. So I'm gonna teach you how to hit confirm. It's important. That's a hit confirm. This is just a regular cancel. Can you tell the difference? Well, let me show you the difference. Because if you don't hit confirm with Kai and they block it, well, he just died. So you need to be able to learn how to hit confirm with certain characters. And the good way to test this is to go in training, press random guard, and then learn what is learn to watch the hit sparks pop up and hit confirm. And the biggest thing about hit confirming is that if you don't know what you're doing or you're struggling with it, one, focus your game plan around it, right? Because it's hard to just, you get better at it, but it's hard to just hit confirm if you're not trying, right? And two, input the input late. Always buffer the input, right? So if say I'm trying to hit confirm a stun dipper, look at the input history, right? I'm always buffering it, but I'm only hitting the kick when the move actually confirms and I've hit confirmed. That's why it's called hit confirming, because you're confirming the hit and then doing the move input afterwards. That's a way to help people that struggle with hit confirming. And then once you start hit confirming stuff like stun dipper, now you can start doing stuff like that, right? And now you're Kizzy, right? That's how it works. So that is important with certain characters in this game, and that's also important with combo routing, because you may think that this is nothing, right? But even without RC, like I've said, that's still Oki, right? So yeah, and if it does hit, and you do want some extra damage, well go ahead. You eating. Go ahead, bro. Get your little damage. So that's the importance of hit confirming. It's also applicable to other characters like Soul because from this range, bar slash can hit, but heavy slash does not always hit with Soul nowadays. But if you know that, like great, right? It's like a weird range where it doesn't hit. It's like the range after you hit with this. Right there it misses, right? So if I actually hit confirm at this range, I can also hit confirm with Soul. Although it's a little harder to do. But I know heavy slash will whip, so instead, I'm just gonna hit confirm that. And low key, I still get good damage from it. So hit confirming is important, don't forget that. The sad truth is that not everybody's as gifted in Soul as Soul, and you know, on jab back they can't just get fucking free damage, right? So for example with Soul, right, that's just free. But not every character is like that. So sometimes if you're playing a character, your best jab back is 5P or 2P, meaning that you need to know how to combo off of this. So a good example is with like Kai. For Kai, especially in the Soul matchup, you need to get really comfortable with doing stuff like doing stuff like that, or that's a really good one. This is a really good one to do because this is very good for if you're in the corner as Kai, right? Say you're in the corner, you really need people to get off of you, you could do, right? And that builds a lot of space so you can get back neutral ground. Sometimes in a lot of situations for combos, you're giving up neutral or Oki, especially when you OTG. When somebody hits the ground the same, you can hit them again to make them prop up, and it's good for certain scenarios because you can get like fake mix-ups, right? Let me show you one. Alright. That's a little fake setup, but it can make a person scared. Or you could do stuff like... And it's also another good option. Sometimes it's good to OTG. Not all the time, right? Sometimes you do want to go for your Oki, but sometimes if you have the setup, this is a good OTG because he technically can't poke back here. And if he does, right? Oh, sorry. Right? You see what just happened to him. Well, that's everything I really want to mention about combos and why it's important to do different routing. The big thing is to look for the most damage you can get off of regular hits. Don't always just do RC combos because you won't always have RC. And figure out different ways you can convert into neutral. And more than anything, what's big is the knockdown, right? After a knockdown, that's when you can really start getting damage in this game. But you need to first figure out what combo lets you get the good knockdown. Everybody usually has the combo that gives them the hard knockdown, especially now with the recent buffs. So just find that, and then you will be cooking like me. So I will see y'all again when we talk about defense in Strive, because that's the next video. And that's going to be quite a video, so get ready for that.